So we have discussed about the monitoring and messaging. Alert. We have discussed two things: the alert and the message. You know what's the difference between the alert and message. And so what we are monitoring? We are monitoring two things. One is the channel. The other one is nodes. But when you think about the nodes, actually this node is nothing but a virtual machine. This virtual machine means the server instance. In the Amazon, they are basically providing the server instance. So in here, especially we are talking about server instance. Can you imagine what is the OS running under this server instance? I have discussed you to when you work with three kinds of Linux servers. The first one is Ubuntu. Why I am asking you to do the Ubuntu? Ubuntu is the very first. Actually, it is very sophisticated Linux operating system. If you already having experience as a Windows user, you can easily shift it to the Ubuntu, because Ubuntu is very providing very ground level support. And when we get the Ubuntu community, Ubuntu having a very large community, lots of you no need to find lots of information. You can easily find small doing the small stuff you can do. You can conduct and you can work with the Ubuntu. But the thing is that in the industry, the people use Ubuntu, but most of the time the majority use something else. It called the CentOS. The CentOS is the OS which is provided by Red Hat. The Red Hat providing a wide support. OS is the server type OS is the CentOS. So another operating system I asked you to use. It is called the Debian. If you are working with the embedded software development environment, the Debian provide a very good support for you, because you can at the installation you can remove lots of modules from the Debian, and you can customize that the installation. Even you may have used a device called Raspberry Pi. The Raspberry Pi device itself, you can use the Raspberry Pi device. When you're using this Raspberry Pi device, you can use the Raspbian as the OS. Raspbian is the customization of the Debian. Likewise, you can develop your own OS version, own OS type with these things. So, if in case when you at the working environment, imagine you guys going to Japan and working with the Japanese environment. So in this situation, probably you have to work with the different types of operating systems of the customized operating system. The majority of them might be customizations of Debian. So definitely it is become a very good advantage of having a wide knowledge in the Debian. On the other hand, if you have a knowledge in the CentOS, in the CentOS we are considered as the standards of the operating system. And if you're using the CentOS, definitely the CentOS, the most of the industrial level, the licensed product, most of the time they are using the CentOS. And CentOS providing, if you're really interested on the C programming languages, yes, CentOS providing a wide range of header files to do your activities very smoothly. Okay, back to the question. Which kinds of operating system they use? Yes, they are using the CentOS. So if you know the CentOS login and backup file system, yes, you can easily do that. You get the understanding of how they are doing the transmission. It means when you're familiar with the commands of the CentOS, then you become very easy to work with this environment. Okay, again, why what is the node? Node is exactly similar or representing a server instance. So it is doing the all processing part, all memory handling, storaging, and everything done by the node. So if your node is not working, means definitely your channel not working. Imagine. So if your server is not working, so how you assuming there's something inside of the server is working, some application is working. So imagine you are working in your computer, and you want to use the Microsoft Word. So you are opening the Microsoft Word application, and you got to know your computer is not working. So definitely, on the other hand, you don't need to go ahead with, you can't go ahead with the Microsoft Word because your computer is not working, means you definitely, on the other sense, you can't open or run your Microsoft Word application. Like the same, node is the server. It is doing all the runtime, and it's providing your runtime environment. The channel is a kinds of application. It is a service type of application. This service is running on your server. If it's, unless your service is not working, definitely your service is not working. It says your service is not working. Okay, even your node is fine, working fine, it doesn't sense your channel is working. Your channel is providing a service. Even yours, could you imagine? It is something like this. Again, we are getting the same example. Your computer is working, means your Microsoft Office, Microsoft Word is working fine. It doesn't say. Your computer is working fine, but your Microsoft Office may have some kinds of issue. Maybe it not be installed in your computer. Like these kinds of issue could be there. Like the same. So even you are running your node properly, even you run this computer properly, you should have a guarantee of running your channel. Your channel might be corrupted, maybe because of the different reasons, because of lack of space in the hard disk, lack of memory, lack of bandwidth, lack of input resources. Maybe your input stream is not working, it is breaking down, or issues in the input streaming. Maybe because of some limitations of your output, the quality of output, you are unable to maybe some processing issues, maybe memory corruptions, because of, due to any other reason, your channel might not be worked. So monitoring node. The monitoring node means similar to, when you are thinking the node, when you are considering about the node, you just imagine this is as a server. So in the server, you have to consider about the bandwidth, the CPU utilization. If you come up then the disk space and the memory usage, and the total frame per second, and real time. Okay, and GPU framing per second, and GPU temperature. GPU means graphic processing unit. Okay, when we talk about the bandwidth, your internet connection provide a bandwidth. You know, the speed of the internet connection we are measuring as a bandwidth. If your internet connection, when your consumers, when you subscribe to moving up, number of subscribers getting increased, when it is gradually increasing rapidly, if it is go beyond the bandwidth, definitely you are come up with the bandwidth issue. Your network is not capable to provide enough, not capable to provide the service, because your network become a bottleneck. When you use CPU utilization, imagine when you are increasing the number of subscribers, you have to make more frames, more packets. You have to make more copies. Okay, to do that you need the more processing power. When you increase in your processing power, you are having a limitations. You can't, when your CPU utilization comes after the comes beyond the 100%, you can't go further. Then it is starting to manage the queue, and the queuing theory going to be happen. Again, the disk. You will consume the data processing and everything. You will consume the disk. Your hard disk become a critical factor. When your hard disk space is move into free space becomes zero, then you will become trouble. You cannot perform the image processing activities. Before you are getting zero, it should be comes to the alert level. When it comes to the 90% of utilization, then it will show an amber color and says you are having a warning. Then it comes to the stopping level. Free space becomes zero. Then everything going to be a freeze, and you will get the red alert. The memory. Again, you are doing the broadcasting thing. So you need high amounts of memory to do the graphical. Maybe you input the stream quality and output the stream quality is going to be different. In this situation, you do the video processing thing. For processing power, you need extra processing power. To do the processing power, you need memory. In this situation, definitely you need, when your subscribers getting increased, you need extra memory. Before anything goes wrong, you have to show alert, the usage of memory, and those kinds of graphical representation is required. Likewise, you need all of these things. When you come up with these points, this is something similar to a PC. The PC or a server. Okay. Okay, how many of you have done projects so far? Have you ever done a project, software development project? Okay, may I know your project name? Nice. Getting quickly because we are in a record, in between a record. Yeah, you have done an employee management system, payroll management system, employee management system. Student registration. Okay, so you have done this for different projects. Have you ever integrated a login module with your project? Okay, what kinds of log module? I mean, not the login means user login. I mean log module. Yes, this is the thing. Usually, most of the software engineers forgot to integrate their logins, log entries in a file. Because imagine if you are doing a web application. When you are doing the web application, imagine there's 100 of users. Among the 100 of users, only one user get an error because of technical issue. Users get errors not because of their fault, the faults of the application, or faults of the way of thinking in the technical people. In this situation, you should know how do we bridge error. How do you know among the 100 of users, one user got an error? You didn't know that because of even you are the developer, even you are the person who in charge of this software application. You didn't know that because this is happened for your web application. You don't know that the person who consumed this application. In this situation, log become a important factor. If you have had made the log, when you are analyzing the log after 1 month or 2 months or over the time duration, you will got to know, yes, somebody got some issue.